Hi everyone, so in the last video we have stopped in this place, so I'm not willing to repeat it because we have talked much about that, how this pin mode is coming here. So we are mentioning this particular pin is pin number 7 is an output using the pin mode keyword, right? So we have talked about it enough. So since I connected my LED to pin number 7 here, you can see the yellow wire and it is going to ground thing. So we have already said, okay, pin mode is 7 is output. That means this particular pin, please remember, you should use it as an output, or we are going to use it as an output. We are telling it to Arduino, so that's fine. So letting it that way. So what we can do hereafter, right? So the thing is, we have an algorithm. So what we are going to do is, we are going to say, so we have said, okay, I'm going to use it as an output, so I'm all good with that, right? Not input, it's output, we all know, because we are using a LED. Now what is the purpose? What should I do now? I should switch on that LED first, no? And then I should wait for 1 second, let's say. Why? Because I on it and wait for 1 second. That means I'm going to stay, or I'm going to keep the LED on for this 1 second, because I'm not off it, I'm not switching it off, I'm just keeping it. Wait for 1 second. What is the state? On state. So on state, I'm waiting for 1 second. That means it's going to be on for a second. Then what I do, I switch off the LED. Then what I do, I wait for another 1 second in off state also. Okay, so this is the flow I want to happen, right? Because LED on and I keep the LED on for 1 second, LED off, I keep the LED off for 1 second. That means blink, on, off, right? Then what I should do is, I have to repeat the process. Yes or no? So then only it will happen forever. Otherwise, what will happen? It will do only one time, one on and one off, and the game is over. What actually I want to happen is, LED this process, this cycle to repeat. How many times? Forever. Whenever you see, the LED should be blinking in the 1 second time. So you can change the time later if you want. For the moment, 1 second time. This is the process that want to be happening, right? So shall I keep writing it forever? Like, again, I'm sorry about the format. Okay, I hope okay, fine. So I'll use a tab to bring it here. What's happening? Okay, so like this. So how many times I can keep pasting it? It's not possible, right? Indefinite time I want it. So what I will do is, I will take the simple piece of code. That means minimum piece of code. This is the minimum piece of code. We cannot break it further, because this is the one going to be repeating, and I will have it, or I will keep this code, or I will write this code inside where? This part, void loop, because we all know this void loop is going to repetitively run forever. So if I keep the minimum piece of code inside this void loop, that minimum piece will be repeating. You understand? So what I have to do is, I will switch on the LED and switch off with the time delay, and I will write the code inside here. Okay. You understand the flow? First, I have in the void setup, I said, okay, use it as an output. Now I am going to give that output. See, LED on is an output, LED off is an output. Yes or no? No input, right? And again also we wait for 1 second. Okay, so the LED is in the pin number 7. So the problem now is, I hope you understood that flow, right? Why we should write it inside the setup, why we should write it inside the loop, because it has to repeat. So the problem now is, this is in English language, but I have to translate it into programming language, Arduino's language. So how I am going to do it? So I am removing it, and I will have a tab, and I will say, first, what is the first step? Saying LED on, switch on that LED. Okay, so the first step to do is, I'm going to say switch on that LED, right? So there's a keyword for that. Okay, before that, let's get into something else. Okay, hold it there. So we talked about the outputs, right? So these outputs or input, we can categorize in another 2 dimensions. Okay, so that is what we say, digital and analog. Okay, an input can be a digital or analog, and also an output also can be a digital or analog. Okay, you might have known what digital and analog. So I simply saying digital means we have only two states. What are the two states in digital? It is either on or off. A digital input or output, whatever it is, will have two states, on or off. Or in other words, we can say 1 or 0. Or in other words, we can say high or low. Okay. Or in other words, you can say plus or minus. No, don't go for the plus or minus. These three are enough. Okay. So how does a digital signal look like? I can show you the internet. See, this is how a digital signal look like, right? I don't know which page I am taking, but I am just googled and went to the images. See, either 1 or 0 is the only possibility. 1 or 0. 1 or 0. No intermediate value is available, right? You understand? Cool. See, let's forget about that. Let's talk about digital only. See, 1 or 0. See, 5 voltage or 0 voltage. Only two values are possible. Okay, 1 or 0. Forget about 5 voltage, 0 voltage for the moment. 1 or 0. So two states are possible. What is analog ones? Analog states. Analog states are values. So we can have any values between the both. Let's say if it is 0 to 1, if it moves, the value minimum value is 0 and highest value is 1, then the intermediate value is also possible. 0.25, 0.5. You can give such an output, and you can take such an input also. 0.75, 0.8, any value you can take, and 1. Or if the range is from 0 to 100, okay, you can decide the range, right? So you can have 25 in between, 15 between, 60, 73, 88, 99.5, any value you can have. So analog can have different values. Okay, so how does analog wave looks like this? Something like this. See, at any given point you can have the values. See, it is 0, it is 5, the highest value is 0 and 1. In the middle you can see 0.25 is possible, 0.5 is possible, 0.75 is possible. You see, so I'm not getting into much into this. So if you don't understand this, you have to go and see the difference between analog and digital, and you have to look it by yourself. Okay, so for example, okay, for digital inputs or outputs, what can be the examples? For the moment we will talk about the outputs. So what can be the examples for digital outputs or digital signals? Okay, you may know your house switches. Your switch is there, right? Switch and bulb. So what are the two possible states of them? Can your switch be on 0.25, 0.5, 0.8? No, right? Switch can either be on or off. Yes or no? Yes. Two states are possible. That means 1 or 0. And your bulb also same, because switch is connected to the bulb. So bulb also can either be on or off. There's no other way. Okay. So what is the example? This is one example. There are so many examples for digital. Can you tell an example for analog? Volume. Volume of your radio. Volume of your television. Volume of a song. So can you tell me your volume is now, let's say if I ask, okay, what is the volume? You can you say on, or volume is off? Can say in another point of view. If I ask you the value of the volume, you can say on or off? No. You can say 1 or 0? No. You can say full volume, that means 100%, or 50%, or 25%, or 2%. See, intermediate values are possible here. So this is an example of analog. You can even rotate and change the value, right? Digital and analog, right? So this difference is going to play an important role in our coding. We will see it in the next video, guys.